Assalamu alaikum everybody, hope you're well, hope you're good. It's your brother Naseem Khan. It's that time again, it's that Friday in the limelight with myself. Every week I bring you my show with a different guest. This week I'm going to have a different guest as well. Absolutely. That's what I'm here for, bringing you the very best. Before we go to our guest, let me show you a bit about
it. Asif K. Hey, yo, big up the Derby, no Mr. Massive. Manchester alongside M13. Here we go.
Yeah. And there you have it, guys. You know it is Gorilla Chilla, Manchester's finest. That's who I've got on board today. And obviously I know the brother from a while as well, from back in the day as well. So let's give him a call. Ringing.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Gorilla, how are we?
Can you hear me, my brother?
Yes, Gorilla, I can hear you, brother. How are you? How are you, man?
Am I on live?
Yeah,
not too bad.
Yeah,
not too bad, I'm good. Am I on live now?
Yes, bro, you're on live. How are you, my brother?
Thank you. That's good. Can you hear me clearly, yeah?
Yeah, brother, I can hear you clearly. Thank you for joining us today on UC TV.
Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure. Well, mine. Just going into the quiet room now, so stepping in the studio, the timing is good.
That's good, man. That's good.
Thank you very much for having me, my bro.
No worries, my brother. We go back, way back, from back in the day.
20 years now, nearly.
There you go, man.
That's for life. That's a brother for life.
Absolutely, bro. Let's tell the audience out there how we met and how we all started with you, Gorilla.
I remember how we met because when I first done the album, when I worked on the Danger album with Untouchable, I think this is 2003. I needed some studio time. There was no studios available back then. You know, everything was just hard to get hold of studios or anyone helping you or guiding you. Nowadays, you know, everyone's lucky because the doors are open to everybody. You can get studios, you can get videos done, you can get songwriters, you can get anyone.
Absolutely.
But back then it was pretty difficult. So, you know, it was by luck that I met you, you know, through some brothers that used to own a takeaway in my area alongside. Obviously, you're from Blackburn, so it was like an hour apart in the journey. So when I met you, it was a place, I believe it's called Gala Visions in Blackburn.
Oh, yeah, way back.
Way back, there was a video shop upstairs on the third floor. There was a music studio there, and by luck, obviously, the brothers that I got tight with from the takeaway, they were from Blackburn. They said, "Look, you know, do music. We can help you out a bit." I said, "Yeah, man, any help is help for me. I need that now."
Absolutely.
And when I came there, obviously, you was there, and I met other brothers there, and then I thought, you're the only guy that was in there trying to help us. So I'm grateful for that. That's how we met when the brothers took me there. And you know, our relationship became more stronger. And, you know, in the hard times, you always was the first guy to be there at that time to help me, and slowly, gradually, you know.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to hear that, bro. Yeah. It's good to hear that because at the end of the day, you know, that means a lot. Loyalty means a lot. Talking back how you first began, before we hit to the big hits, what you've done, yeah. Obviously, people don't know who's behind the production. What was the first?
Oh, the big hit. The big hit was with the Met Some Tricks Danger album, and the whole album was produced, and I was obviously mentored as well by the late Kulli from RDB. Who sadly died of cancer. He, you know, my teacher. He helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
He helped me out a lot. At that time, you know, the first album that we did was The Danger, which sold 4 million copies worldwide, and you know, the cassettes were just about dying down as well.
Yeah.
And, this album came out on eBay, and we sold 4,000 copies in Barn Rhythm in Manchester.
Look at that.
I could see the anger on Uncle's face that used to own. He said, "Look, I've had enough of everyone's going in for Danger." That was the moment of my life as well, you know, seeing your son getting blasted in the car.
Yeah.
doing circles, that was the night for me. I won't forget that day, 2001 in Eid Day. 20 years later now, all the albums and cassettes and all the fun cues and everything and big nights, they're all finished now for us, so everyone's in the single market. That was the biggest moment for me, the Danger album, Mess and Tricks, no doubt. Danger 2 as well, that was a good album. All the, I'm very fortunate to be part of, Untouchables UK, and, Cully from RDB was a music producer. Everyone else used to go out gigging and partying. You wouldn't never see Cully going out. He was always locked in the studio, and I said, look, I want to be locked in the studio with him because I want to learn and that.
That's
I've been 18 years. I was 18 years old as well at the time when the album came out. So, going back, 2001, it's so lucky, and I'm so fortunate to be part of their success.
Absolutely.
And nothing can come close to that now. At that time, we had some big labels, big tracks, but that Danger album is the greatest, biggest selling album of all time.
No, absolutely it was. So what happened after that? What was your stepping mark after that? Once you did that, because obviously you.
After that, I 18 years old. After that, things were a bit pear-shaped because everyone was successful and everyone's getting big to their heads, and all the people just split their own way, and then I was left to the side. So I was basically hunting down for studios. I spent a lot of money in music studios, but it wasn't our people. It wasn't the the Asian market people that was in the studio. It was more or less of a the scene. Remember, if you remember, garage was big then, and grime scene was big then.
Absolutely.
And hip hop was big then, and our relationship with me saying this, it wasn't really good with those people, if you know what I mean. And things were tensed. We had rivalries. We had fights all the time with garage scene and everything. Yeah. So, but for the Asian music side of it, getting in the studio, getting things produced wasn't happening that much. So there's only very, very few people. One was in Birmingham Movie Box. Yeah. They had their own studio, and the Manchester-based studio, there was nothing available at the time. So meeting you as well, my brother, that helped me out a lot. Going to Blackburn was the nearest station for us, getting Asian music produced. So, grateful for that. That was it. So everyone went their own way, and then it took a few years to get back on the scene again. Yeah. As there was nothing available.
That's what happens, don't it, as you go along? That's what happens. People fade. You know who's who, who's what, and then have you ever noticed? Have you ever noticed, Chilla, when you produce some tracks for artists, after you've put them on, so to say, pedestal, which you do put them on a pedestal, they tend to kind of back away from you, not realizing what you've done for them.
Yeah, it's obviously, once the gates are open for everybody, not just me or everybody else that's open gates, they don't get the recognition and credits for it. But that's just life. But eventually, patience, hard work, it does, people will eventually realize that, thanks to the day and age of internet, nothing can be hidden. So, you yourself, obviously, being a music artist, and I remember, obviously, I looked up to you as well, doing albums and songs and having that platform. So, how hard it was, you can tell, getting things out there back then. You had to do the videos, you had to do the PR, you had to do, there was no internet as well back then. You had to do all the posters and flyering and going outside colleges and making sure what songs are, what gigs are coming. Nowadays, one click of the button, everything's there. So we've laid the foundations for a lot of people, but people will look at that, until they know that this guy's been around for 20 years, like yourself, you've been around for 25 years, 30 years, or, you've been doing 15 years. These people are the people that slowly look to think, wait a minute, this guy's still around and I've done 2 singles and I'm not even out there. Why is that? So, slowly they ask me advice and help, which people have been doing, artists have been doing. I get a lot of people ringing me, young ones, and guiding me to, these guidance. So if you want to do videos, don't know how can I get out there, how can I get the promotion done. So I tell them, look, everything's readily available now. What do you want? There's packages, there's price packages at your budget. People can work with that. So things, how hard it was that 20 years ago when we wanted to get something done, and there were a lot of obstacles in the way as well. The obstacle was our people. They don't want to stop you from getting out there. And
absolutely.
There's a lot of haters. The haters back then was much different than the haters today. In a sense.
No, this is what I mean. Let me touch upon that, Chilla, 1 second. The haters from back in the day were literally on your face or behind your back and stuff. And when you used to wake up in the morning, like we used to put a lot of hard work in. So when you used to wake up in the morning and you see all these posters around all these cities and towns, who used to do that? We used to get involved with that 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, we used to get involved with the footwork as well. Spend hours and hours outside colleges, after colleges, then with student halls.
Yeah.
You had to go in student halls and get a pass off them and say, look, you're lending, we'll give you £10 to lend to student pass.
Yeah.
It was very difficult back then, and the haters back then were successful. You know,
Yeah, they were,
if they had a
absolutely.
team, then, you know,
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
ripping your posters down, then your event didn't do well. You know, there was many reasons behind it because haters back then were successful. And nowadays, obviously, you know, things are a bit firmed up and you can get things done. You can have your say on the internet.
Yeah.
Someone can pull up this event cancelled, you know, by being a hater, but, you know, the opposite can say it's not cancelled. So
Absolutely.
there was a lot of obstacles in the way coming up as a music producer, but I'm very grateful that, you know, I fought them and got my own music studio in Manchester City Centre, which has been here now for nearly, you know, 12 years.
Absolutely, over a
Having
decade.
a lot of people coming in slowly, famous people coming in the last 5 years, and then slowly grew up to having a good music studio. And just this is the only Asian music studio based in Greater Manchester. There are other music studios not providing that genre of music.
What I'm going to do, Gorilla, I'm just going to go for a quick break. You stay on the line, and then I'll bring you back in, yeah?
Thank you very much.
Right, guys, we're just going to take, that's the first segment of my stream, so we're just going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back in about a minute. Stay right there. Right, guys, welcome back to UCTV with myself, Naseem Khan. People know me as Nas Khan, as Nas T. And I've got a guest with me today, my brother Gorilla Chilla, all the way from Manchester. He's a producer, he's a DJ, and an MC as well. And he's the man behind many productions from early 2000s, 99s to obviously what we're going towards now. Assalamu alaikum, Gorilla, welcome back, man.
Thank you, sure. I'm talking about.
No, it's fine. Now, let us know which other names you were behind. I mean, there was a recent artist that have gone quite big, if you know what I'm talking about.
Recent artist, I'm in the studio now. I'm just looking at all the CDs on the wall that I've played. We've got Bonafide there. We can see Bobby Akia there. Shakil Mike there. We can see Nafis there as well. We can see many artists that came from this, launched from this GC production studio.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to be working with my brothers, and you know, and gradually every genre has changed throughout the years. Slowly we started off with nice, we'll call it urban genre, remember? We'll call it the urban genre, mixed with Asian music, and then slowly we had reggaeton come in, then we had garage come in, then we had house music come in. So I've been going with the times as well, you know, being a DJ as well has been really helpful for me. So I understand what's out there because I get to play at weddings, I get to play at parties. This is where, you know, most of the singers and rappers actually suffer from this side of, you know, side of hiring, because they don't know what's out there yet, because they need to know what's out there. Once you know you know, like music is like fashion. Everything changes in time. You know, the design, clothes changes in 10 years. If you don't know what's out there and you're stuck in the past, then obviously that's going to be your downfall for business. But you have to go with the times, as the best saying is. They say, you know, even you don't see this trap genre, for example. You get the trap genre. I'm not a fan of it, but there's a big fan for it now. The youngsters, obviously, you have to go with that time and make it. As for the artists, we have artists coming from all over the world, and people sending their work to us as well. You know, I'll get a song sent to me, for example, from somebody from America, say, look, can you add some sounds to that because it sounds a bit dull. So my job is to obviously add some sounds to it as a producer and send them different variations, tell which one you like. And I've been doing that. So, you know, I've nearly 300 songs have been having my sounds in other people's songs. Not many people know that, but you know, what am I going to do? Keep on listing some of that.
But now they know.
If I go to the takeaway now, this guy's made 1,200 chicken tikka karais and jalfrezi. He's not write it down now. He's written his part of the job now. That's what it is with music as well. People send their songs from all over the world.
No, but that's good. The people know now. Your audience listening now, they know that Gorilla Chilla is just not about DJing and weddings. Gorilla Chilla is actually was about
definitely not.
himself.
Definitely not, my brother. It's very complex as well. You know, if I can obviously next time, you know, when I'm on your interview, and I'll get to show you brothers live in the studio what we do as well. It is complex. It's like you start with a white piece of paper, and then you draw that piece of paper to a nice art picture. The same with music. You get a lot of people, obviously, you know, if your project is good, and people get to appreciate that as well, how much work has gone into it, then they'll understand, you know, they'll respect the producer. Sometimes, remember back in the day, Nas, when people used to add these hip-hop beats from America that are already out there, you know, famous rap songs, and they used to add their own vocals on top of the rap songs, and made it theirs. Obviously, BBC had to put a clamp down on that, because a lot of people were complaining how easy it was adding their own vocals. They weren't doing anything with it, if you know what I mean. They had readily beats available, but as a music producer, it's our job to obviously guide and make sure that everything's up to scratch, everyone's happy with it. You know, I produced a track recently not long ago for one of your good mates as well from Blackburn Money. I gave him the first draft. He goes, look, I don't like it. You know, he just said I don't like it. So I had to start again. And secondly, I scrapped it, started fresh again, and then he liked the second one, and we worked around that. So this is how it works, you know. You sort of look, I need something funky, I need something dance, and I send something back. This is the challenge we got to face. So we got a lot of people coming in and say, look, that's whack. They'll say it to my face, it won't hurt me because that'll be more challenging for the next. They'll just say, look, what am I going to do with this? It's whack. I've had that as well. I've had people say, look, I'm paying you, mate. So before that word comes in, I'm paying you before the job's done. You gotta understand it's complex as well. You got, you know, their hit relies on the producer's hands. Their success and the track relies on the producer's hands. If your song and it gets in the charts and you know and it does really, really well and they're getting bookings from it, that's all the producers work. But quite sadly, you know, we still need to educate our people. They think the singer has made the track. If you remember back in the day, all these singers used to come out with big hit tracks. They used to get all the credits. There's no sign of the producer's name in there.
Because they forget.
Luckily, everyone's waking up to it now. Who's produced it? Rich produced it. You got Dr. Zeus is on there. Dr. Zeus produced it. But regardless, everybody bounces off each other.
Absolutely.
That's how it should work.
It should,
so the singers, you know, success relies on the producer. Producers, obviously, getting more bookings and getting more famous through the singers. That's how it should be. That's back in the day, remember, not 20 years ago. Producer name, there was no sight of it. You know, half these people putting their names in it, like they were producers. You know, the ghost producers. This is what they call them. Ghost producers.
Ghost producers.
You know, they used to charge. That's right. They used to charge singers the money, and the singers used to put their name on it. Take Khan, for instance. He's got nearly 600-700 songs out. Nobody used to put his name on there. And people used to put their. But they realised whose production it was because he has his own special staple of sounds or of tracks. They understood straight away now. This is it. Nowadays, people are putting their names on there. Songwriters, for instance. You know, every single last verse of Asian songs used to have the writer's name in there. We're going back 80s and 90s, and then you know, slowly they started taking their names out. I don't see the reason behind it. I don't see the reason why they want to take all the fame and take because if you put
greed.
You know, for example, you got Noor Jahan's song. People know who Noor Jahan is. They'll know automatically. You know, she doesn't put her songs in because she's the writer of the song. I'm talking about producers that are booking singers. They used to put their name in the last verse.
No, it's not right. It's not right.
So they used to, now, it's very hard to because famous songs that people doing covers of. There's no cover songs scrapped up because everybody knows who's done it. I'm talking about singers that are not here today. You know, they've had their names taken off at the end and being paid.
Chilla, we get
a songwriter called Akhtar Hussain. You remember Akhtar Hussain as well?
Chilla, we get that same with the nasheeds. Like when somebody writes a nice nasheed, you get it written from a writer.
Oh that's right.
Same.
That's right, because I've been that genre as well for the last few years, and I've realised I've heard this somewhere in the mosque. I've heard this somewhere before, and you know they claim it to be theirs.
No, they're not.
You know, they say, look, I've changed the last verse on it, so that makes it their song now.
No, it's same with the nasheeds, the old nasheeds like Abdul Sittar Niazi, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rest his soul, Allah Janseeb Kare. He was a very good writer, composer and a nasheed artist, and he always used to put his name in a nasheed, like for example Main Lajpala, in that one he always said Niazi at the end, but people, like you said, they're taking that out and they're putting their name. That's totally wrong, man.
That's right. So there you go. This is similar with the Asian music as well. They used to take the writer's name off, which I thought is such a shame because if you put somebody's famous name on their song, it boosts you and it gives them credit as well. And people,
absolutely.
There is no doubt. But why should people be going against that?
Yeah.
It's a famous song, and you just change the whole song of the last verse. And last verses always have their names on there. But regardless, people are waking up to it now. They're getting educated now. 20 years later, Nas, people know that who produced this track, who did what, who did this, and who did that on that track. And they dig into it deep. When we used to buy a CD, no one used to open the cover. Nobody used to open the cover and see who did what, who made it. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
They thought the singer made the song. Understand? So now, today people are understanding that. Wait a minute, this is quality stuff. We made this. It's good that people are waking up to it and see who's got credit for what. Everybody deserves the credit they've done for the, for the song or for the product. If you look at movies, for instance, you go to the end of that movie. That's what do you see when it finishes?
Credits.
You see the credits. Everybody's done what from the last moment to the person final touches to that movie. They give credits to everybody. This is the problem. We need to learn obviously from the English people as well, giving credits to everyone who works. Because one, if I needed that person's services as well in the future, what he's done, then I'll know. But if someone's taking the credit for something, for the whole thing, and you can't get hold of him for his service while he's trying to provide it, then you're thinking, you go to that person and think, yeah, bro, I need a song producing. Oh, yeah, I'll get back to you, bro. You're trying to go through a few middlemen. He's going to charge him, and he's going to charge him, and he's going to charge him, and you get to the final person like you're looking for the Prime Minister of England. So, this is why we educate people to say, look, here's what's available for what do you need? Do you need a songwriter? Here's his number.
Ring him.
What do you need? You need a music producer? Here's his number. You need a video director? Here's his people. So if that person, I'm saying this now, has used the services for everyone, he's not going to obviously do it the first time once the product is good. You know that yourself. He's going to come back for more.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, being the credit for one thing, then this is what's happened in our music industry now. This is why it's fallen down. Because everybody got too greedy and trying to be the middleman of everything, and it's put the hopes down of many singers and rappers. A lot of them have been robbed.
Absolutely.
In my experience, because they've come to me and they're not getting the job done, or he's done a runner, and it's such a shame really that we could have made it big. I remember our time was very big in the 2000s.
90s, late 90s, late 90s, 2000s,
when it comes to having a formula crew or having, music band, anything, 80s was always the best for that. Why? Because they stuck together. If you look at band music in the 80s, everything was always a band. You go back, going slowly, working towards where we are now. You can see it yourself. Even the artist doesn't even know what's going on. So he's putting songs on Facebook to his 400 friends, and that is it. He's doing music videos, spent thousands. Because he ain't got the right guidance. So it's all down to that, failure of the past of our people, what they've done. But it is what it is now. As long as people educate themselves, to understand that this is, this department. At least I'm going direct to him, and we have PR companies as well. We have many PR companies that were not doing their jobs. They're saying they get you in the radio, they get you on this Asian channel, Asia, for instance. I'll give you 100 rotations a week, and they literally just got 5. So they're charging people at the same time, and every single music channel has fallen. Video channels have fallen. PR companies have fallen. The music artists have fallen. Songwriters have fallen. So what you left with now? So you left with nothing. People are educating themselves now, doing things themselves online. They're getting the promotion done themselves. This isn't available, by the way, in the 90s and 2000s. Everything's come for a reason now. Everything changed for a reason. If you look at taxi drivers, let me use taxi drivers for instance. If you look at taxi operating bases, they used to give certain people jobs because they're in the family. Now we have Uber. We have things changing now. So if that taxi driver works for Uber, he's going to get his fair share and fair booking, fair wages.
Absolutely.
This is it. So
this is what I mean.
Greed has played a big role in the failure of the Asian music industry.
But this is what I mean with yourself, Chilla. This is what I like, because I rate you for bringing this stuff up, because people are going to be listening. They're going to listen. You know what? These are the facts, because people don't hear the facts. You know what I mean? And you're giving them the facts, and this is what it's all about. It doesn't be shy.
The reason why I'm giving the facts now is because I've been through that pain. I've been through that, money waste. I've wasted a lot of money in my time, trying to get some music done while I was, I wasted nearly £100,000. Am I going to get that back? No, obviously not. But I have a few say towards that. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people might be thinking, why are you talking about it now for?
It doesn't
That's
matter.
just me, though.
Yeah.
For me, wasting that money when people say, when I used to go studios, half the time the computer used to get busted.
Yeah.
They used to charge me for that as well, and resetting computers and this, that. I don't do that. Computers can go wrong. When somebody comes to my studio and the computer goes wrong, I'll say, look, I'm not going to charge you for that hour because, one, you sat down there while I was trying to fix it. We've been people that trials and tribulation, but not did I take any money for it. This is what our people have done. So, they've robbed a lot of people in their time. And it's come to where it is now. It's such a shame, really. I'm saying it's such a shame because there are so many good talent in this country, and it's would have taken over the world. You understand?
Absolutely.
So many good singers, so many of our good people as well. Our good singers from Northwest.
You've done
musicians.
You've done a lot.
This is the only thing that Manchester and Northwest suffers from is we're all eager. We're all got pride in ourselves. If you go to London, if you go to Birmingham, they stick together.
Yeah, they do.
You understand that?
They do, yeah.
They stick together as a team. If you're going to put 20 man in the room here for a show, they'll come eventually. But you try to do that in the first get 20 man in the room. It is fiction. Some form of beef, some form of what it is.
Yeah. That's
so, it's such a shame, like I said, that I wish we, at that time, we could have been tight.
Yeah.
But for me as a music producer, I'm grateful, Nas, because my job obviously is going to be here. I'm going to have singers and rappers coming in. After singers and rappers, they need music. You understand that?
Yeah.
All the nasheed artists coming in. My job's complex. I've been studying it for the last 20 years now.
Yeah.
And I learn something new every single day. For me, there's always something new coming out every day for this job. So it's one of them jobs that's like engineering. You understand? You learn something every day.
Yeah.
Arts change. So does music. It changes. Every genre changes. So I have a complex job. People sending songs from all over the world to me and say, "Oh, bro, I'm upset about this. My vocals, bro. Can you fix it?" So I said to him, "So look, record it properly again. This is how you record it.
Yeah.
Do this. Go and buy this little part from £50 sound card from the shop. Just record it on that, and I can fix it." If I say, "Look, I can't fix it because it's really, really bad," I'll say to them, "So look, this is what you need to do." And this is what we was lacking over in the past, Nas. Helping others, guiding other young singers, and I do that these days. You'd be surprised at the amount of inboxes that are full. People, I never ever ignore them.
No, but this is what I was trying to get to as well. You've done a lot for the community before, for the youngsters before, and you've done that. You know what I mean? You've done a lot of work with the community.
Oh, 100%. Especially these youngsters, I have parents ringing me. I don't know that parents, they're going through in the house. If you want to, I've had disabled kids come in there when I sing. And if I don't know what's going on in the house, I just give them the same advice I give to everybody. And now, at the time, they have came to my studio to get the work done. So, I don't know whether they're testing me. I don't know, which is a good thing because I'm going to give them the same answer. Some people, "Oh, bro, thank you so much for being honest, man. I went to other studios, they charged me double that. They told me this made me spend money for." I said, "Look, why? This is what you need, and this is what's working." So I gave him the right advice, and it helps. Now, being honest helps 100%. You're honest in your heart. Me being here 20 years for a reason, I thank God for that.
Absolutely.
If it was, for being honest and helping others out. And what I'm still here today for, a lot of people look at me and say, what's his last hit? What's his last hit? He can't talk, this, that. I don't criticize anyone's music because I get to play it anyway. If that person comes, thankfully I've been doing weddings for the last 15 years as well. People come up to me, they say, "Look, I've got a song, you ain't got it, that's bad for business. So you have to play that song as well."
Absolutely.
So you're the ambassador to everybody. This is, as a producer and as a DJ, you're the ambassador to everybody. Everyone's going to book you of your services, how good you are towards it.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much, Chilla, for coming on UCTV with me.
My brother, I love you and thank you for having me on. And obviously a lot of people don't know, we go back 20 years.
Absolutely.
Our friendship and our brother love is still there. So that's what I love about you, my brother.
Thanks,
you're always there to help others, and you never said no to me. And I can't forget that. I'll never forget that.
No.
I've done a few tracks with you as well in the past with Nasheed and all that stuff. And I enjoyed every moment of it. That time as well, starting off. They were great moments, my brother, and I'm still going to be here for everybody.
Thank you very much, Chilla. Is there any final message you want to give out to anybody out there?
Yeah, that's it. So anybody that's starting music or wants to do music or something stopping you, trust me, everything's available for you on YouTube. Everything's available for you on Google. You need any advice, hit me up. On the Instagram and Snapchat, Gorilla Chilla. You need any help, any advice with music, I'm here to help everybody. And you think that it's going to make you get out there and you believe in yourself. You should believe in yourself. That's the main thing. everything's there for you. It can be done easily, not that hard.
And there you go, guys. Thank you very much, Chilla, for coming on my show, and inshallah we'll catch up soon. Some lovely.
Thank you, no problem.
Thank you, yeah. Okay, take care.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you.
Allah Hafiz. And there you go, guys. That's my good friend Gorilla Chilla from Manchester. Very good guy, down to earth guy, and obviously he's got the passion for his work and he loves his work. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, he gives some very deep thoughts, and some deep passion came out from there. Deep words came out from himself, because obviously he's seen what's gone on. I've seen what's gone on, how people tend to step on toes, just use you, abuse you, and they don't give you a mention. But he's been there, he's done it, he's wore the jacket, wore the t-shirt, and he's still there, and he's still doing stuff for the youth over 20 years. And that's what it's all about, loyal to the game. So take care, guys. Inshallah, see you again next week. Allah Hafiz.